Helo a chroeso I Stadiwm y Principality ar gyfer y gêm gyntaf o bedwar sy'n cael ei chwarae yma heddiw. Mae 8 tîm ar draws Cymru wedi teithio i'r brifddinas gan obeithio bod yn bencampwyr yn ei adran. Ar y gêm gyntaf rhwng y Blaenau ac Abercraf yn rownd derfynol Cwpan Adran 1. A dyma beth sydd o'n Blaenau ni heddiw. Yn gyntaf, mae dynion Blaenau yn herio Abercraf yn rownd derfynol Cwpan Adran 1. Cic gyntaf am chwarter I 10. Wedyn, mae'r tîm o Ogledd Caerdydd, Ystym Taf yn croesawu Bonamoen yma am rownd derfynol Cwpan Cenedlaethol y Menywod. Mae hwnna am chwarter I 1. Ar gyfer y trydydd cwrs, bydd Bedwas a Pen y Pont yn teithio lawr yr M4 gan obeithio codi cwpan y bencampwriaeth am 3 o'r gloch, ac yn olaf, brwydr cwpan yn uwch gyngrair gyda Merthyr yn wynebu Castell Nedd am hanner awr wedi 5. Cwmni anhygoel gyda fi yn y studio heddiw. Wrth gwrs, cyn chwaraewr y Scarlet Cymru a'r Llewod, Ken Owens, a cyn chwaraewr Scarlet a Chymru hefyd, Sioned Harris. A Sioned, ti'n gyfarwydd iawn da chwarae yn y gemau yma. Sut achlysur yw hyn i'r chwaraewyr?
O, mae fe'n enfawr. Dwi ddim yn unig yn enfawr i'r chwaraewyr, ond i'r pentre, teuluoedd nhw. A fi'n eitha siŵr bydde nifer fawr o chwaraewyr ers nhw'n cwrtyn bach wedi breuddwydio ymharu ar cael Principality. A yn amlwg yn naturiol, bwriad pob clwb yw y gyngrair, ond unwaith maen nhw'n dechrau sylweddoli gyda pob rown, pob llwyddiant, bod nhw falle gyda gobeith o wario fan hyn, mae fe'n achlysur enfawr, a mae fe'n rhywbeth fi'n siŵr maen nhw bod yn edrych mlaen am wythnosau. Yn
sicr, a Ken, ti'n gyfarwydd iawn da chwarae yn y stadiwm yma, 12 blwyddyn o chwarae I Gymru wrth gwrs. Bydd chwarae fan hyn yn codi lefel y bwys sy'n chwarae heddiw yma?
Bydde'n twod. Hwn yw gartre rygbi Cymru, a ni'n ffodus iawn I cael chwarae yma ar sawl ychwanegol. Ond ni'n lot o'r boes yma, tro cyntaf, unig tro falle bod nhw'n cael o dod i'r stadiwm yma a chwarae, a cynrychioli yw pentrefi a'i trefi. A mae'n gret, bydd lefel y perfformiad yn mynd lan dyn nhw, a fi'n siŵr bod pawb yn prawd am y gwaith bydd nhw'n gwneud heddi.
Ie, yn sicr a Sioned, mae Abercraf yn eistedd yn gyntaf yn Adran Gorllewin Canolog a Blaenau yn ail yn y dwyrain. 2 dîm da fan hyn yn mynd amdani heddiw.
2 dîm hynod o dda. Maen nhw'n gyfarwydd gyda'i gilydd fyd. Gath nhw hare yn gemau cyn dymor erbyn ei gilydd. Abercraf yn llwyddiannus fyna. Ac wrth gwrs trwy'r Blaenau wedi cyrraedd y rownd derfynol. Nath nhw meiddi Abercraf yn y rownd gogyr derfynol. Felly maen nhw'n hen gyfarwydd ei gilydd. Maen nhw'n tîmoedd corfforol. Felly fi yn disgwyl bod ni yn mynd I gael gêm weddol cyffroes diddorol mae heddi.
Ie, Ken, na Sioned just dweud oedd Blaenau yn bwrw Abercraf mas llynedd. Fydd hwnna'n rhoi hwb ychwanegol I nhw mwy o hyder falle?
Wel, fi'n credu bod nhw'n moyn cael un arall dros nhw. Maen nhw'n chwarae ei gilydd cwpl o weithiau. Maen nhw'n siarad gyda cwpl o cefnogwyr Abercraf cyn y gêm, a nhw'n gweud oedd e'n agos a maen nhw'n disgwyl gêm diddorol iawn. So, beth hwb extra na I cael un drosto tîm yn recolli yn y cwpl o gemau diwetha?
Yn sicr, wel, beth am ni fynd draw I Rodri Gomer sy'n cyfweld â rhywun eitha bwysig yn tîm hyfforddi Blaenau?
Well, Sean, you have an illustrious playing career with the Ospreys, Dragons, Wales Sevens, also coached at the highest level with Wales women. But how does this one compare today?
It's massive, Rod. Obviously, to come to the stadium with a local club and your town, it's massive. So it's probably up there with some of the best things I've done in a game. And I think the biggest thing for us is we've made the town really proud. We just need to come here today now and try and finish it off for them.
Yeah, it certainly is a special occasion for Blaenau. Also celebrating your 150th anniversary this year. How important is it going to be for these guys to keep their composure?
Massively. We played in the final 2 years ago, and it was a game we probably felt we should have won, but we threw it away. So we've probably, thought about that a lot over the last 2 years. And it's not very often in life you get a second chance. So today we're hopefully going to come out and take that chance.
Go well, man.
Thank you, Rod.
Reit Sean, dyma'r ail waith mae Blaenau wedi bod yn y ffeinol mewn 2 blynedd. Ond nhw'n colli tro diwethaf. Bydd nhw'n gobeithio mynd cam yn well heddiw.
Bendant. Fel maen nhw'n dweud, 3 cynnig I Gymro. Fi'n siŵr bydd nhw'n eli jyst I wneud y cam ymellach na heddi. A beth sy'n gyffroes rhwng y ddoi dîm yma yw fel ni'n dweud yn hanesyddol, mae fe bach o cael a chael yn yw e. Felly, fel eithaf sôn, Abercraf falle wedi cael y goruchafiaeth dachrau'r tymorau, felly bydd Blaenau yn bendant yn edrych I meiddi nhw heddi yma.
Yn sicr a Ken, ar y lefel yma, mae fe wastad fel elfen teuluol ymysg y clybiau. Richard Powell y maso reitio grand ar hyn. Mae dad wedi chwarae 465 gêm I Blaenau, ei uncl 666, a'i daid 177. Dynion y clwb go iawn, a dyma'r math o straeon sy'n neud i'r gem yma mor special efe.
Na, mae fe mor special. Beth mae'r clwbau yma meddwl i teuluoedd, a beth mae'r teuluoedd yn meddwl i'r clwb hefyd. Mae'n grêt gweld Sean Connor a David Howells gyda Abercraf a Richard Powell wedi chwarae'r lefel uchel iawn hefyd, yn mynd nôl i'w clwbau lleol, a roi nôl. A mae fe'n just moment bwysig iawn i'r holl gymuned.
Gadewch ni glywed felly gan aelod o tîm y fforddi Abercraf, Steff Edwards, gyda RYGBI.
O Steffan, achlysur arbennig iawn i Abercraf heddi, cael chwarae yn y stadiwm cenedlaethol. Beth yw'r emosiwn cyn y gic gyntaf?
Mae'n special heddi i'r boys. Maen nhw'n cyffroes iawn i chwarae yn y Principality. Game special i nhw am y pentre, a mae pawb wedi dod lan o Abercraf heddi i dilyn nhw yn y Principality, a gobeithio ni'n chwarae'n dda i cymryd y Cwpan adre.
Rhywfaint o hanes rhwng y tîmoedd yma wedi colli yn erbyn Blaenau yn y gorffennol yn y gystadleuaeth yma. Oes yna rhywfaint o ddial i fod heddi?
Na, fi ddim credu, ond ni'n gwybod bod nhw'n dod pac trwm i'r gêm. O'n i wedi chwarae nhw yn pre-season hefyd. Ti'n meddwl, friendly pryd ni'n gwneud hwnna fe, ond o'n i wedi cochi nhw 3-0 cwpl o seasons yn ôl. A fi ddim yn credu bydd hwnna cael ei chwarae ar y boys meddwl heddi amdano'r gêm. Mae hwnna'n gêm hollol wahanol heddi. Dau o'n ni yn Division 1 nawr, so ni jyst edrych mlaen i chwarae nhw eto, i bod yn onest i.
Bob lwc ti, Steffan. Diolch yn fawr.
Ken, gyda Abercraf nawr, mae'r traddodiad o chwaraewyr gwych yn dod o ardal yna o Cymru. Un dyn ti'n nabod yn dda iawn, Adam Jones. Oedd e'n dyn oedd yn brwd iawn am ei glwb pryd oedd yn chwarae i Gymru da ti?
Na, oedd gyd o'r boys yn ei fod yn deg, ond oedd Adam yn brwd iawn o dod o Abercraf. Oedd wedi chwarae'r clwb pan oedd e'n ifanc, a wedi rhoi cyfle fe, so wedi sepol lan i Castell Nedd ar ôl ni. Oedd e'n prawd iawn y ffordd e'n siarad amdano'r clwb a beth oedd y clwb roi i fe a'i teulu. Mae'n grêt gweld tad yma heddi yn canol y cefnogwyr yn gobeithio wedi cael fuddugoliaeth i Abercraf heddi.
Ymgyrch teuluol yn sicr. A chwaraewr arall mae'r rhaid i ni edrych mas am yw Craig Price a wedi chwarae i'r Scarlets a Cymru saith bob ochr. Chwaraewr mawr, gêm mawr, am sydd fel sefyll fyny heddiw yma.
Yn bendant, a fi'n siŵr fe neitha fyd. Fel nes ti sôn fan nawr i chwarae'r Scarlets, wedi bod ar y cylched saith bob ochr Cymru fyd, felly mae y brofiad e'n amrysiadw i'r tîm hyn. Mae fe waren yr ail reng heddi, ond mae fe gallu waren y reng ôl hefyd. Felly, fel ti sôn, gêm mowr, chwaraewyr mowr, a hwn bydd y llwyfan, mi'n siŵr bydd Craig yn ysu chwarae arno i arwen y boes hefyd i fuddugoliaeth.
Gwych ac am achlysur Ken, ni'n edrych draw fan hyn. Mae'r dorf yn, mae llond y dorf o bobl fan hyn am 20 munud i 11, gyd yn cefnogi'r boes yma. Sut atgofion ti gyda ti o cael y support na?
Na, mae'n mor bwysig, yn wedig pan mae fe ar clwb lleol. Mae fe'n cyfle i'r holl pentred o mas, o'r tred o mas, i cefnogi'r tîm nhw. Mae'r pob yma'n trefeili Cymru gyfan, siwr o fod i gwylio'r chwaraewyr, i dod i Gaerdydd a cael diwrnod allan, i gwylio i'r tîm, i ffrindiau, i teulu, i chwarae ar y lefel yma, yn ffantastig.
Sean, fel dwedodd Ken, mae fe'n achlysur special iawn gyda'r teulu yn gwylio. Oedd hwnna'n rwy hwb ychwanegol i ti pan mae ti'n chwarae gwybod bod cefnogaeth na da ti?
Yn bendant, a fel chwarae'r rygbi, gallu ti amed ti'n aberthu eitha tipyn yn mwedig, falle amser gyda dy deulu a dy ffrindiau di ar y penwythnosau achos ti'n chwarae'r gêm, felly i gallu rhoi nôl i nhw hefyd a gweld nhw'n rhoi nôl i ti dofn yn ei cefnogi. Mae fe rhywbeth bydd y dynon man yn cofio am spel rwy'n siŵr.
Gwych, mae'r cic gyntaf dal i ddod yn ddian iawn. A ti'n gwybod beth? Dyma'n union beth mae'r boys ma yn chwarae amdano heddiw ma. Nhw gyd yn ysu i codi'r trws na. Ond nawr, mae'n amser i ni ymuno am tîmau sylwebu. English language commentary is available with Dave Rogers and Ken Owens. Rodri Gomer a Sioned Harris sydd gyda chi yn y Gymraeg. Good morning, Dave, a bore da i ti, Rodri.
Good morning to you as well, Lloyd, and good morning to all of you watching wherever you are around the world. Special day here in Cardiff at the Principality Stadium. The fans are on it early on. It's only just gone 10:30 for those of you that aren't watching in Wales. But there is always time for something delicious, especially when you are celebrating a special day for your club. The roof is on. It is just as well because it is hammering down outside. But these are really special days for these clubs, these community clubs. And the first of our four finals is the Division 1 Cup final. The floodlights are on. And let's take a look at the teams and their routes. I mean, Blaina, this is an absolutely fascinating team. Some wonderful stories as well. We've got 4 players in the starting 15 and another couple on the bench who are following in their father's footsteps. Real legacy stuff. Kobe Edwards, Richard Powell, Ben Cooper and Dan Wall. Well, they've all got over 100 appearances, but it pales in insignificance to what their fathers did before them. It's their second final in 3 years, and they are hoping to go one better after beating Bryn Mawr and Carnarvon, Caerphilly. And then in the semi-final, Abercraf Green Stars. As for Abercrave, well, they line up with Ashby and James at prop, Evans at hooker, Owen and Price in the engine room. The captain is John Hapgood, and he's got Clayton on the open side and Gwilym on the blind side. Two Ketlan Davises at 9 and 11. Darren Hodge pulling the strings. Lovering and Hughes in the centres. Griffiths and Castle. And all 23 will want to get on the pitch today. Which, given there was a Six Nations game, Wales women narrowly falling to Scotland yesterday, the pitch is in fantastic condition. Well, fans of all ages, the homemade sides, we love to see them. Regardless of the result, these are days, these are matches, these are moments that these community clubs and their families will hopefully remember forever. The players coming out from the changing rooms, out of the bowels of this fantastic stadium. The face paints, the club colours. Ultimately, for the players on the pitch, it is glory thereafter. Sean Connor, the man in charge of this Blaina team. Saw him before the game, he wouldn't be moved. Whether he was confident or not, but he's all smiles, he seems pretty relaxed. Said to RYGBI before the game that this is one of the finest things that he's been a part of, which, given the coaching career and the playing career he's had, really does speak volumes about what these teams, what these moments mean to the players and the communities that they represent. So Abercrave, what about their journey then? Beat Lachan and then St Albans, their first home leg. They put Blackwood away 29-5. Then in the quarterfinals, 13-10, tight one against Tenby. Got even closer in the semi-final, 13-12 against Dowlais. But now the Principality Stadium putting on the full show for these two teams, Blaina and Abercrave. The opening act of 4 finals here. Abercrave top of Division 1 West Central. Blaina second behind Blackwood in Division 1 East. They met in a pre-season friendly. Abercrave won that. When Blaina last reached the final, they knocked out Abercrave in the quarters. More a football score than a rugby score. That day it was 3-0. So despite the East and West divisional divide, there is a little bit of history. Given there are so many familiar faces that have played for these teams for so long, there will absolutely be scores to settle. Final moments, and fascinating seeing the players make their way out, some relaxed, some running, some full of pent-up energy and aggression. And they just want to get out, they're just waiting for the kick-off now. But before that, spectators able to capture a moment forever too. Blaina versus Abercrave, the Division 1 Cup final. You join us live at the Principality Stadium. Great to have your company for this one. The lights back up. What a rugby vista. It's a little bit like Las Vegas in the morning when they put the roof on. You've got no idea what time of day it is. If you you know you're in for a great 80 minutes of rugby. Blaina in the black with the gold. Abercrave, those gold, black and red hoops. Jason Griffiths, the man on the whistle for this one. So Blaina are going to get us underway. Looking to avenge the defeat from a couple of years ago. They're used to this stage. And Abercrave having already tasted victory against them this season, albeit in a pre-season friendly. Finals rugby, very, very different indeed. It's the Division 1 Cup final live at the Principality Stadium. Abercrave receiving great rugby days. Need great rugby company. We've got that today. We say good morning to Ken Owens. How are you?
It's the first time I've ever been told that I'm great company, so I'll take that. No, it's a fantastic occasion for both sides, and hopefully we see the best of what they have to offer.
Well, thankfully, as I said in the opening, the roof is closed because it's hosing it down with rain outside. The pitch looks fantastic. The players have got no excuses. They've just got to go out there and give it their best. There'll be some nerves out there today, won't there?
No, it will. You know, this is a massive opportunity for both teams. You know, like I said pre-match, you know, this is the Mecca, the cathedral of Welsh rugby, and everybody aspires to play here. And whether that's for Wales, your region or your local club, it's, you know, it's a massive opportunity. And there will be nerves out there, but they'll be wanting to do their team proud and their village and their town proud as well.
Well, test match conditions. Blaina looking to build a score here, and who can blame them? Early penalty. Adam Tetley on kicking duty. 192 points in 23 games so far this season. And his first shy at the stumps here after, what, less than 90 seconds. Tetley to open the scoring. A pure strike. And the first 3 points on the board.
That'll settle Blaina's nerves there. Good kick from Adam Tetley. Bit of a soft penalty from Abercrave. Just taking the man out late there. And a bit of really soft penalty. Easy decision for the referee, Jason Davis, to give the penalty just outside the 10-metre line.
Well, there'll be a few of those, and you know, we've got a full team of officials today, and there might be a couple of things that you might get away with in the league on a Saturday that you're not going to get away with today. All about the exit now then. Kelvin Ashby and Cadwyn Owen putting in good shoulders for the men in the hoops and really put in the defensive squeeze on here. Mackenzie Clayton. But Blaina not scared to run it from their own 22. Little spin out from Callum Rosser. He's a player to watch today in the red scrum cap wearing 15. Just past his half century of games for the club. 52 coming into today. That kick stays in field. Here's the outside half, Darren Hodge. Spiral kick is a beauty. Gets a good bounce as well. Abercrave playing sensible rugby.
A very good kick there. Abercrave looking to get themselves back into the game. A good defensive set, and just keep pinning Blaina back in their half. Perfect. Don't see spirals too much in these days, but that's perfectly executed.
Not enough, in my opinion.
It's a lost art, I think. And it's something, well, we started seeing a bit more of it with the 50-22 coming in, but it definitely needs to be brought back to the game more.
Yeah, and the spiral bomb as well. They try and make it awkward for players, don't they? Speaking of getting the fundamentals right, Dan Wall fires a dart to double tops. He's one of the ones following his father's footsteps. 55 games for Dan Wall. His dad, Terry, played 371 times. That's a lot of rugby, in it.
It's a lot of rugby, and you know, in tough circumstances as well. You know, it's a tough league at Division 1 level, going around a lot of the clubs across Wales, and it's a tough league and a very good standard of rugby. Like you say in there, Abercrave just creeping up offside in the midfield, probably something they get away with week to week, but with having 2 touch judges or assistant referees supporting Jason Davis in the middle, picked up there.
Good sides, to be fair.
Well, discipline was an issue for Abercrave with the first 3 points. Now they've got to be switched on here. Good line-out ball, finds Ben Cooper. The open side takes it in. Luke Harwood arrives, as does Kobe Edwards. 2 big frames in the centres for Blaina. They'll drive this ball forward. Ian Robbins has it tucked. We're in number 1. He's going to take it to ground now. Oh, well played, Abercrave.
Oh, brilliant defence from Abercrave there. Blaenau went to the back of the line out. Ben Cooper winning it at the tail. They looked as if they got set there. The backs joined in. But that's some great defence there. I think the experience the likes of Craig Price really showing. Getting involved. And just holding that up there. And that's a big win for Abercrave.
Well, our first look at the scrum set piece in a game like this from a front rower's perspective, Ken, what are the non-negotiables for this first scrum of the game?
I think you got to see what's going on. No penalties, especially for Abercrave. They want a clean exit, get the ball in and gone, and maybe draw a penalty out of Blaina if they can, put some doubts into the referee's mindset. But where it is on the pitch, for Abercrave, it's about exiting and clearing as best they can, and Blaina would probably look at having a go at Abercrave, but for me it'd be just getting a clean line out, clean scrum, putting positive pictures in the ref's mind for the rest of the game.
Crouch!
I'll tell you something, the props are big roosters, aren't they? Some big old boys packing down. Cwpan Davis, in it goes. Blaina putting the pressure on, but number 8 does well, John Hapgood, in a reversing scrum, and that is a very tidy exit indeed. But Blaina going quickly. Callum Rosser
keep going.
Sending it back where it came from, into the 22. Up the tram lines, and plenty of bodies back in black and gold. Powell chases his own kick and takes it cleanly. Oh, Dan Bigger-esque, but then he's turned over by Craig Price. Ooh, and a little knock on prevents Mason Coughlin. He's going to touch it down anyway. Might never get the chance again at the Principality Stadium.
Knock forward, scrum down.
Some great play both sides there. Came from a big Blaina scrum, but Abercrave doing really well to clear there. Then we're looking at Callum Rosser trying to keep the ball alive, and then Richard Powell with a great up and under, chasing his own kick, winning the ball. And then some good work from Craig Price there to turn the ball over.
Richard Powell, from a family of club legends. Dad Graham, 465 games. Uncle Martin, 666 games and over 4,000 points. And grandfather John played 177 times as well. I mean, you said it just after kick-off there, doing your town proud, doing your village proud, doing your club proud. These clubs really do run in the family lineage, don't they?
No, they do, and it shows rugby clubs are the centre of communities, and you know, they're the heartbeat of people's families as well, and they mean so much to these club people. I'm sure Richard Powell coming back to play for Blaina, you know, with his family history there, they'll be all proud of him, wanting him to do well. And it's fantastic. It's, you know, it's one of the things that WRU do very well, but we won't go into that today. Is support these community clubs and give them the opportunity to play out here.
Blaina very much in the ascendancy at scrum time, but Abercrave doing well not to infringe. Rosser.
Keep going, keep going.
Plays kick tennis with Cwpan Davis. We've got Cwpan Davis and Cwpan Lloyd Davis. Not the first time this season a Welsh side.
Hold.
has had someone with the same name in. The Wales under-20s had 2 Osian Williams. Here's Steph Castle.
Away! No, unlucky.
Who else is there? Sail Sharks Women used to have 2 Vicky Irwins.
No, leave it!
Suntory Sun Goliath in Japan, they've got 2 Sam Jeffries, both play lock. Also Richmond in the English Championship, they've got a Josh Adams, but they haven't convinced the Welsh one to go play for them yet.
He's just re-signed a card.
Yeah,
Won't be for another couple of years.
Too expensive. This is nice work from Curtis Griffiths, trying to go round the arc.
Hands, no.
Davis. Hodge.
Good.
He's a good confidence-building carries as well. Cwpan James. Tight head prop, just shy of halfway. Castle, little nudge in behind. Oh, it sits up awkwardly for Rosser, but he does well. Bit of a kick to nothing, though, from Rosser. Gives possession back, and Connor Hughes. Bulldozing run from the number 12. And a penalty.
Abercrave going through the phases. They go side to side looking for opportunities, but Blaenau's defence holding firm and forcing the penalty from Blaina, and just gives Abercrave an opportunity to get some much needed field position.
Castle. Is that going to creep into the 22? Not quite. There's some good field position here for Abercrave. Still just the Tetley penalty separating the teams. Mason Coughlin will not be penalised.
He's never onside there, so a bit of a daft penalty.
Nick Evans then in at hooker. Looks to deliver and does. Luke Gwilym. They want to go straight off the top, looking to play some rugby here, Abercrave. And to feed the speed, the offload's good. Sticks with Cethan Lloyd-Davis. Abercrave in the 22. Well, for the first time, have they got the chance to drop anchor here? Kelvin Ashby, prop forward. Davis gets there quickly. Good speed of ball here. Plenty of Blaina defenders around.
Slowing it down.
But they've slowed the ball down. Penalty advantage. And Abercrave playing with house money. Little kick and a chase, and Rosser underneath it. Now, a decision to be made. Are you going posts here or?
Roll.
Abercrave are winning some clean ball. Yeah, probably the right decision. Going for the post early on the game, settle the nerves. It depends how confident they are. They're driving maul. We haven't seen much of it today yet. Their set piece has gone well in their first couple of line outs. Overall, probably the right decision. But Abercrave looking dangerous there, weaving some lovely patterns in the back line, coming from good, clean line out ball. I just would like to see Abercrave go through some more phases there before kicking the ball away. Just test Blaina a little bit with the no pressure, with the advantage come in.
Stephen Castle. Playing 15 today, but regularly covers 10. He's got the responsibility of getting the first points on the board. Three all. Abercrave not coming away empty-handed on their first proper visit to the 22. Great to see the colours in the stands as well. Been a pretty early start for them to get here on time as well.
It was. There's a couple of Abercrave fans that I know in the stand there. They were enjoying themselves with a couple of beers early doors, so with their breakfast.
It is early, Mike. It is early, but don't let that stop you. It's Sunday.
Big opportunity for Blaina here. Their first attacking scrum. They've put Abercrave under a little bit of pressure. At scrum time, but Abercrave have dealt with it reasonably well whilst going backwards. So Blaina will be looking for a really good opportunity. Centre field scrum here. Put the pressure on and see what they can create.
Crouch.
Yeah, so they've got Powell and Rosser directly behind the scrum.
Set.
And then 2 backs to the left, 2 backs to the right. So options both ways, looking to keep this Abercrave defence honest. And then they switch back the other way. Short ball and a good line. That was Tetley. So that's a heavy carry. Getting the front rowers in close proximity. Adam Lane, the next to go, and into the 22 go Blaina.
No.
Short balls working. Abercrave thinking they'd got hands on it. Referee disagreeing. Powell helps it on its way. No offload available, and Abercrave defending well so far. Carl Brimble. Oh, what a tackle. Adam Lane chopped down low. And the knock-on force. That was Luke Willem.
Knock on scrum.
Brilliant tackle.
Yellow ball.
That's a good play from Blaina there. Abercrave held the scrum well, but some brilliant line speed from Abercrave, getting off the line. That's what you want when you got a touchline ruck like that. Is you give him full license then to your back row, especially with Luke Willem flying off the right line there and just putting pressure on the Blaina attackers, and great turnover.
Well, plenty of sport for you to enjoy on S4C. Welsh Cup final this afternoon. Carnarvon against Flint. That's at Rodney Parade, 3 o'clock kickoff. And then the Scorio highlights tomorrow.
Time on.
10:10. Available on S4C and S4C Click. Oh, and then the rally in Croatia. You can watch the highlights tomorrow at 9:35 again on S4C, S4C Click and the BBC iPlayer. Tell you what, there's a lot of sport on that Rodney Parade pitch, isn't it? They keep it in magnificent condition.
No, they do it in fairness to them, since they put the Desso down, and obviously with the resurgence of Newport County in previous seasons with their FA Cup wins has obviously helped that. And it's a fantastic ground, to be fair. Not one I particularly enjoyed playing at during my career, even though we got pretty good success there. I think maybe only the 1 or 2 games I lost there, but it was a good place to go and play.
And I suppose on a day like today, we've got to congratulate the Dragons for their fantastic win last night, getting to the Challenge Cup semi-finals.
No, in fairness, there's something been building there for a while. I think if they'd have got a couple of wins at the start of last season and got a bit of that confidence, it'd have probably turned around sooner. But the coaching team there done a very good job, and the players, they got a spine of local Dragons players there. It means a lot to them to play for their region. And a couple of wins has given them confidence, and they've gone from strength to strength this season.
Blaenau up to halfway. Ben Cooper, another one with over a half a century of games.
Offside.
Yeah, another one called in by the assistant referees there, something they probably would have got away with on a normal Saturday afternoon.
I wonder if Adam Tetley might fancy this.
Shot called. 3 closest.
The confidence of...
3 players.
Well, the confidence of a kicker on a surface like this, when the clubs, they are community clubs, they do work hard to keep their pitches in good conditions, but given the weather we've had in December, January and February, we won't have had underfoot conditions like this very often this season.
No, they wouldn't have, and especially there won't be a drop or any form of conditions in here. There's no wind. I was down at Carmarthen Park yesterday watching Carmarthen Quins against Ebbw Vale, and fair play, Ellis Price put 3 penalties over. I think he started them out in Llansteffan and swung them back in. It was ridiculous, the wind down there. But
here's Tetley. Oh, he's missed.
He had the distance.
Yeah. So the score remains 3-3. Coming up to 18 minutes of the half gone. No gilt-edged try opportunities yet. It's a cup final, isn't it? It's a bit edgy out there.
No, you're going to see they're going to test each other out, see what both teams are about, get the nerves out of their way, and I hope both teams grow into the game. Big pitch as well, so we'll see opportunities come in.
Plenty of direct carries. Luke Gwilym, we saw him defensively moments ago, but another spiral from Darren Hodge. But Callum Rosser equal to it. Now is there a counter on from Rosser? No. Went straight into big defenders, but the clear out good. Mason Coughlin. Another family man with it. Father played over 100 times for the club. Oh, good pick-up. It was not a kind ball. And the sanctuary of the touchline is found.
It's a brilliant pick-up from Kobe Edwards, and then stick it on the boot. Fair play.
Well, he's another heavy scorer, Kobe Edwards. Over 400 points in his 105 games. Father's now the team manager, Craig, 240 games himself. Now Blaina. Can they build something here? No, they cannot. Abercrave over that ball.
Great turnover, Mackenzie Clayton there. Blaina looking to hit up. Open both sides of the pitch, but Mackenzie Clayton straight over the ball there like any good 7. Again, the turnover.
Castle goes searching for touch. The back row for Abercrave defensively have had some great contributions in this first 20 minutes, haven't they?
No, they have. They probably have to do a fair share of the defending, in fairness to them. But they have. They've been right up to that challenge. Coming up some big moments. Big shots. Knocking the ball on. Jackal turnovers. They've had a good start to the game. I've been really impressed with both sides. Set piece play, to be fair. Lineouts from both teams have been, really clinical. Winning it wherever they want to as well. Not quite as clean, but still one.
That's still going down on the stats as a good line out. I did have a feeling that one might falter after you just pumped the tyres up, Ken, but
Hands away! Hands!
Good ball by Nick Evans. Now Abercrave's opportunity. Gwilym waiting. Oh, heavy carry again.
Good.
It was Morgan Davis who he went straight into. And that ball left behind in the traffic. Referee saying play on, though. Important tackle made on Ben Cooper, who threatened to skip away. Oh, Rosser, lovely pass to release Adam Lane. Big lock forward, he's not got the space to explode, but makes a good carry. Carl Brimble, really experienced scrum half. Powell gets stuck behind the gain line though. Abercrave defensive line speed very good, and Mackenzie Clayton's pinched that ball.
Hands away!
Chance to move in now.
There's Craig Price in at scrum half, Lovering. Connor Hughes.
Great defensive work once again by Abercrave. Mackenzie Clayton, I think it was, forcing the turnover.
The 6.
And then Blaina just trying to win the ball back as quick as they could. And then just forcing the penalty. Mason Coughlin, I think it was. Hands on the floor, just gives Stephen Castle an opportunity to put it between the 6.
He's going to go for the post. Not an easy kick, this. 7 metres in from touch? But scoring opportunities have been at a premium. Defence is on top. Blaenau have had 2 shots at goal. Converted one. This the second. Castle successful with his first. Straight and true, and Abercrave lead for the first time.
A good decision there, good kick. Puts Abercrave ahead, and you just feel how this game is going to go. It's going to be 1 or 2 opportunities and put that penalty over. Start building some pressure and force Blaina into chase. It is early days still, but the way this game is going to be on a knife edge.
Well, the 2 teams that are used to winning this season, and they're 2 teams that have come through some quite tight knockout affairs as well. Of course, they've won all their games to get here, but Blaina, they've only lost 2 games in the league, won 11, lost 2. What are we saying here?
Was there a hand in there?
And Abercrave, well, they've lost 3 in the league, even though they're top. 112 lost 3. Bilthwells in second. Is that a guilty face? Face of a guilty man?
I think he knows he's got away with one, yeah? Because it's on. Oh. Oh. He's got that. If they don't pull that back, Adam Tetley has definitely got away with one.
Well, you could hear the boos. Yeah. The Abercrave crowd here. Oh, and he's got at it with one hand as well.
I think Curtis Griffiths is away there.
Well, it's been called in. It's just a penalty. And he might be a little bit lucky because the line break was on.
Yeah, I think the distance away from the try line there has probably saved him for it not to be any more than a penalty. There'll be enough cover. Yeah, you got Callum Rosser in the backfield there. So Abercrave be happy with that. No, they wouldn't, because they'd have had a better opportunity to get down the tram line, but still gives them opportunity to move up the pitch.
Well, what I do quite like is in the crowd. You'll see it as Abercrave make their way down the pitch because it's in line with the 10-metre. Somebody has co-opted a German flag because it's Abercrave colours and brought it to the stadium today. Luke Gwilym again, massive carry from the number 6. Now Darren Hodge. A little bit of footwork from Rowan Lovering.
Onside.
Not really getting the quick ball they want at the moment, so relying on heavy carries from the likes of Kelvin Ashby. Hodge helps it on its way, misses a few out to try and create some space inside ball. It's a lot of work just to get up to halfway here for Abercrave. Kethan James.
Hands now, no.
Richard Powell with a tackle on him. Outside half gets himself in the spokes. Carwyn Owen.
Move, hands away.
A couple of these Abercrave forwards, definitely Barber. He's got one sharp razor blade and he doesn't, not scared to use it. Here's Regan. Nice ball to Callum Rosser. Rosser just looks lively. Looks like there could be moments, but Abercrave going pretty hard after that. Little fumble and regather from Ben Cooper.
He's playing a lot around that halfway. I think Paul would be looking at exploiting the space there is in the backfield going forward.
It'll be Edward. From Edwards, but it's been ripped by Craig Price, and now it's in the hands of Clayton. There's space out right here that Clayton's looking to exploit. Little switch inside, Darren Hodge. Up over the 10. Carwyn for referee. Kick there, very similar to the one drained Stephen Castle. Another good Stephen Castle. Point lead, it's Abercrave 9-3. Lily McBride is down there.
Ie, diolch Rodri. Dwi'n meddwl prif y fforddwr Blaina. Sean, what's your opening impressions of the first half an hour here?
cagey, really. Both sides just sort of feeling each other out, but I think our lack of discipline has cost us, and that's showing on the scoreboard. So for us, it's just about tidying that up.
It's a real cup final, isn't it? We've spoken about how impressive the both goal kickers are. What's going to be messages that you're going to say to the team half-time?
Exactly that, really. It's we spoke a lot about our discipline before the game. We know they've got a good goal kicker, but also then in and around our work in the contact area, they're probably winning that battle at the moment. So if we can get those two things right, then we'll get back in the game.
How are the nerves, Sean?
Oh, I'm okay at the moment. Not too bad.
Good lad. All the best for the rest of the game. Diolch yn fawr.
Well, he's okay with the nerves. I mean, the players certainly not playing like they're nervous, are they? They're just getting stuck into a proper cup final.
No, they are. They are. And that's Sean Connor said it there. His discipline's probably slightly let Blaina down more than Abercrave, and it's just given Abercrave that opportunity to get ahead. But there's no panic there. Sean Connor's an experienced coach, and he's a top outside half as well, and he won't be panicking just now.
Powell taking it from Rosser. He looks lively every time he's on the ball. He's just not been able to make that break yet. And more heavy industry from Mackenzie Clayton in the back row for Abercrave. Absolutely everywhere. Another good pick up off the bootstraps.
I was just going to say, Mackenzie Clayton's really grown into this game now, both defensively and in attack.
And there he is again. On Richard Powell.
Yeah, ball's available. High tackle.
Penalty advantage. Kelvin going a little bit high. Or is it perhaps the opportunity for Blaina to try something? Thinking of back into space, turning. Goes. He's ball in hand. Tackle.
Kelvin Ashby hasn't dropped his height at all. And, probably the player welfare, and he has caught him on the head, but
it's an opportunity missed.
Hold.
What were the coaches just saying about discipline? That was a fantastic opportunity to get some territory, but they do have the ball bouncing into the hands of Powell. Checks one way, then the other. Is out. He's trying to go around the outside here. Powell puts a boot in.
Flag up.
the sense Blaina's frustration in there, getting the ball. Look, brilliant. They're looking to spread it, but is that pressure start there? The players starting to feel the pressure because they're behind on the scoreboard, haven't had the opportunity. Powell, there, you know, he is quick. He's trying to create something from nothing. A lot of Abercrave defenders in front of him there and just going into touch.
Guys, 10.
When they have got into Abercrave 22, their pack have looked strong. Just need to do a bit more of it.
Ashby. Davis. Not a scrum in a while. The props are looking for work. Oh, now there's tackle and a galloping run from Gwynedd. Oh, he's back. Been absolutely excellent. That's through the hands of Rosser, who recovers well and gets the pass away. A turning kick from, but it's a good clearance. But of dents in the and Abercrave looking to.
Brilliant from John Hapgood there. Found him. He could tackle Callum Rosser. The wrong decision. But not really.
It's a messy, but it's one that Craig Price can tidy up and Clayton can step towards the 22. Hughes. Oh, the pullback's messy.
Unlucky. Knock on scrum. Black ball.
Well, Dave, you wanted a scrum, so we got one.
Well, I'm stood next to you. I know how much you enjoy him. but that is an area of the game where Blaina looked like they could get a little bit of ascendancy. So, given that Abercrave are just starting to get on top, I wonder what their approach will be and if they might go penalty into that.
As well,
Leave it, hands away.
Coming up to the last 5 minutes of the half then. Still no real try-scoring opportunities in the game.
Hold on there.
Blaina continuing to keep the ball on the field. Up it goes from Castle. 9 points for him. Callum Rosser, that's the first one he's dropped today. Playing with the advantage. There's conversation to be had here.
Just take the knock on, scrum. No advantage.
No, not a conversation that lasted long.
Well, Callum Rosser, the first one he's put down today. But that man there, Mackenzie Clayton, first man on the job, just comes off his legs into, I'm not sure who's in front of him there. So
good position to attack from them for Abercrave. Searching for the first try of the match, and Curtis Griffiths
Hands away,
threatens to get away from the tackle. Hapgood again.
Onside.
Rarely loses the collision. Neither does Kelvin Ashby. He's gone through a lot of work, the big loose head prop. Oh, drop goal. Stefan Castle. Well, it's over the posts, but we're not playing one and one bounce, so he's not getting any points.
That's what I was going to say. Do you get half points for that? You can see the decision making there, give him an opportunity, but Abercrave were in the ascendancy. Probably needed to go through a couple more phases before that. Just a word, I've got to say, Jason Davis was impressed today as a referee, and he's communicated really well. There's been no sort of big decisions. He's just gone about his business very well, and you know, I remember him on the doors in Carmarthen on the clubs, and top guy.
That's a miss from Brimble, and now a foot race. Oh, well picked up by Richard Powell, but he's in trouble here. Darren Hodge makes the tackle.
Use.
Done well to secure the ball. I mean, you can see the decision making with going for that drop goal, because it would take them beyond a converted try, which would be a nice lead to have before half time, but they are going to have another opportunity. 3 minutes to go. Blaina in a great position here, and Blaina all hands to the pumps defensively.
Oh, it is. The kick went through. First guy there, Mackenzie Clayton, straight on Richard Powell. The pressure. Kobe Edwards then, with not a bad clearance kick, to be fair to him. He had Craig Price, John Hapgood right on top of him there, and he found a safe touch.
What a time to get a massage, eh? Busy day here. This of 4 games. Llandaff North versus Bonamine. That kicks off at 1 o'clock. And then Bedwas versus Bridgend Athletic at 3 o'clock. And then Neath versus Merthyr at 5:30. All of the games live and uninterrupted with Welsh and English language commentary. Are you doing all 4, Ken?
No, just the first 2, I think,
Okay.
and then hopefully enjoy the second 2.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. We must be on the same schedule. But either way, these great days of rugby. Blaina send the man up, but it's clean ball for Abercrave to work with. Now, penalty advantage here, so this is an opportunity. Abercrave got to try and run something. Curtis Griffith, the ball inside. Craig Price still going the big lock forward. A metre short, this as close as anyone has been. Gwilym wrestles towards the line, but he's stopped. The ball's on the line. The first try of the final scored by Nick Evans. Tempo from Abercrave that Blaina couldn't match. And they'll have a big lead going into half-time.
Oh, it's brilliant to see. Great line-out ball. John Hapgood crossing the gate line once again, forcing the penalty. And it was nice to see Abercrave, first time they've done it, deciding to play and not accept the penalty, going wide. Great play by Craig Price, coming back on the inside, showing his athleticism and all his experience. And to be fair, you can see teams sometimes getting in this position, bit of white line fever. That's some great work from Nick Evans, the Abercrave hooker there. That's what I like to see.
Hooker starting and finishing it. That's right up your street, isn't it?
Best players, best people on the field.
Castle off the tee. He's been perfect so far, but that one just shaves the post. We'll have time for a restart, but this makes it a very satisfactory scoreline for Abercrave. That took some finishing as well. Good commitment, good leg drive from Evans. And a try at the Principality in a final. That's not a bad day's work. Right, this will be the last act of the half. A competitive restart that Blaina could do with turning over, but no. It's another really good take under pressure. And in terms of pressure, it's definitely Abercrave that are dealing with it better. And that will take us to the half. Darren Hodge pops it into touch. It was Blaina who scored with pretty much the first opportunity of the game. It was and
Reit, ar y ryd, 14 pwynt I 3. Mae'n gyntaf yn erbyn ail fan hyn, Bill, a mae fe wir yn dangos pa mor agos mae wedi bod.
Ie, mae'n gêm Cwpan, yndi. Am yr 20 yr hanner awr cyntaf, oedd hi mor agos. O'ch ni'n gallu gweld oedd yna nefysrwydd yn y ddau dîm, ond am boost I Abercraf I fynd I fewn i'r ail hanner, just wedi cael y cais yn adden nhw'n llond heiddi fo, efo cymaint o pwysau oedden nhw wedi roed ar Blaenau. Ie,
o'n i'n aros 38 munud tan I ni gweld cais, a dyma fe Nick Evans yn
uchel, a wedyn y bachwr fel ti'n deud yn neud yn arbennig o dda ac am ddathliad hefyd yn taflu'r bel, sgorio cais yn y Principality am deimlad.
Ie, ti'n newid sôn am Craig Price, a ti'n gweld ar y lefel yma yn aml, mae lot o chwaraewyr wedi cael profiad uwch, a mae Craig Price yn un o'r dynion na. Mae fe'n lot o pwysau ar y bwys na I trwy fyny a neud I pethau digwydd fel mae Craig newydd wneud.
Ie, mae hi'n lot o bwysau. Ni'n gweld Richard Powell hefyd, sydd wedi chwarae ar y lefel uwch. Dwi'n meddwl bod yn peth braf, maen nhw'n rhoi yn ôl i'r clwb nath magu nhw I ddeud y gwir. A ni'n gweld fyna, Craig Price yn dod I fewn I hun, unwaith y cyrff bach yn blenedig, dangos I brofiad, dangos bod o'n athletwr o fri ac yn awchorgamu, a fydd y brofiad yn hynod o bwysau os mae Abercraf yn fynd ymlaen I ennill y gêm yma.
Ie, a nes I siarad I Sean Connor, yn amlwg mae fe'n siarad i'r tîm fydd yn I Blaenau, a oedd hwnna cyn y cais. Nawr mae'r cais di ddod. Be ti'n meddwl bydd yn cael ei ddweud yn y hydol fan hyn gyda Blaenau?
Wel, yn gyntaf, mae rhaid yn nhw sgori nesaf. Dyna sy'n holl bwysig ar y lefel yma. Yn wedig yn ffeinal Cwpan. Swn i'n deud ella cicio bach mwy. Maen nhw'n edrych yn beryglus iawn gyda'i gêm cicio nhw. Just roed y pwysau nôl ar Abercraf. Chwarae'n ymannau iawn o'r cae. Dwi'n meddwl bod nhw'n gor-chwarae braidd rownd y hanner ffordd yma. Ond fel o'n i wedi sôn, o'n i gofyn i Sean os oedd e'n nerfus. Mae siw fydd y nerfen cicio.
Ie, a pam ni wedi sôn am Blaenau Abercraf, wrth gwrs, maen nhw wedi cael y cais yna.
Benda Mae siŵr fydden nhw just am aros yn ddisgybledig. Dyna di'r hwnnw fydden nhw. Trio chwarae fel ni'n deud yn y mannau iawn o'r cae. Defnyddio yr holl yma.
Chi bydd yn croesawu am chwarae bedwar gan obeithio y ben campwriaeth am trio ac wedyn a Cwpan gyngor yn erbyn Castell Nedd am hanner awr wedi 5 chi'n lwcus chi gyd adre, ond nawr gwybod be, mae'r chwaraewyr yn barod am y cic i ddechrau'r hanner amser, felly mae'n amser i ni fynd nôl at ein tîm a sylweddol.
Quick turnaround then for these boys. Not the run back to the changing rooms to get warmed up. Out on the pitch, old school. You love to see it. And thankfully, they didn't stay out like you in Carmarthen yesterday. Otherwise, they'd have been gagging for the second half to get underway.
The weather did come in Carmarthen yesterday, to be fair. But good game of rugby between Abercrave and Carmarthen. I was definitely on the wrong side of the bank. I know that.
Well, we've got a good game of rugby here, but it's a game of rugby that Blaina need to find a way into. There are only 2 scores down, and anything can happen in games like this, on a big pitch like this, but they've not really had any try-scoring opportunities yet.
I think the big difference between the two sides in that first half, especially towards the second half of the half, was Abercrave's back row really got into the game, started getting on top of Blaina, and that's where the battle's going to be. I think that's where the game's going to be won this afternoon, this morning.
Yeah, it is still the morning, just after 11:30 local time, which means the champions will get to take the cup to lunch. That doesn't sound bad, does it? Darren Hodge starts the second half. No changes to either side. Richard Powell puts a big heavy boot on it. Abercrave will start the second half from inside their own territory. Yeah, you mentioned that back row. They don't have any sign of slowing down either. They've got big engines on them by the looks of things. 6, 7 and 8 for Abercrave. And here's the try scorer, Nick Evans.
Good.
Well, in fact, having been told there were no subs, there have been plenty for Blaina. And the numbers are all over the place. So Corey Thomas is on wearing 17. He's a second rower. Richard Jones wearing 18. He's a prop. And Cian Heyman wearing 22. He wasn't expecting to be in the squad today. There have been a few changes, and he's got the opportunity at the Principality Stadium. Here is Matthew Powell, the danger man. Powell into the 22. This is what Blaina need. And this is as close as they've been in the game. Oh, on Craig Price. Well, really, he should give away a penalty just for that kick, but I think it was the infringement before that.
Don't roll away. Bit quicker, rolling away.
Nah, Blaina looking to get that speed. You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to open the game up, get their speedsters into the game. Powell there, showing what he can do. But some good scramble defence from Abercrave. Was he unlucky here? Nah, maybe came in slightly from the side there, but big opportunity for Blaina early on in the second half.
That's the second touch for Powell, and he's beaten men both times he's had his hands on the ball. Great line-out ball here, and the chance for the big men to go to work. Dan Wall gets his hands on it. This looks promising for the men in black. Great start to the second half of Blaina. First visit to the 22, first try. And Dan Wall does what Nick Evans did at the end of the first half and scores a try in the second. Blaina 8, Abercrave 14.
Well, they're really committed to that driving ball there. All the backs joining in, and great finish by Dan Wall.
Well, that's the try the cup final needed, isn't it? One that Blaina will have enjoyed, one the neutrals would have enjoyed. A forest of bodies for Dan Wall to get through as well. Powell adds the extras. Look at this then. Straight through, straight over. Cian Heyman involved. He's only been on the pitch 2 minutes. He'll call himself a game changer, I'm sure. At 10-14, it's back to within a score. And Richard Powell straight back into business. Oh, it's a great kick as well. Crikey. Darren Hodge had to have his wits about him. Otherwise, we were in 50-22 territory. Oh, now then, a little error. The spiral was Hodge's undoing.
You've seen two massive kicks from Richard Powell in this start of this second half. And could that be a turning point, you know, for Blaina to get themselves in the game? Just seen an error from Darren Hodge there, putting it out on the full, giving Blaina another opportunity. But Richard Powell's kicking game, the length he can put on the kicks, can pin Abercrave back down there.
Line out looking good for Wall and Co. Moore looking good for Wall and Co. He's doing well there, just to get that left hand on to stay bound and make more meters. Abercrave don't really have an answer for this at the moment. Blaina having a great time with the big men up front. Oh, now then, it's Craig Price pinched that ball.
Great work from Craig Price.
Well, look, we've complimented the back row, but he's had a very good game so far, hasn't he, Craig Price?
No, he has, to be fair. I played quite a bit with Craig Price. Actually, I've seen a couple of times with the Scarlets, who was with us for 3 or 4 years. And he's a quality player, you know, and he still can do a job, you know, dropping down to Division 1 West Central, just showing that quality and that experience that he brings. He's had a couple of big moments when his team has needed them.
And that's kind of what community rugby is all about, isn't it? Because just as we look at Llandaff North, who are arriving for the second game, playing against Bonamine. That kicks off in, what, hour and 20 minutes on S4C from 12:45. You've got to get pitch side for that, Ken. You get your steps in today, won't you?
Yeah, but at least I had issues doing the Six Nations. Yeah, I had a bit of a struggle with the lift, but
too many autographs and selfies on the way down, was it?
No, the lifts were too busy, so I can get up and down quite quick today, so it'll be fine.
We should get you the zip line. I'm not sure you get back up, but it'd be a more fun way to get back down there.
No, unlucky.
But yeah, 4 games to live today. But yeah, with regards to the community rugby, as Abercrave looking to play a little bit here. You've got a bunch of local lads in, but then you bring in that experience, not just to improve the 80 minutes on the pitch, but also to show the level that these boys can aspire to.
No, it is. It's hugely important, and I think that's what Welsh Rugby has. Players that, if they move on to a higher level, they still have a connection to their local community clubs. I've seen likes of Craig Price, Richard Powell coming back to play for their club, and then you've seen David Howells and then Sean Connor coaching back at their local clubs as well. It's it's huge. The clubs take pride in the players that move on and do a lot of good stuff at other clubs and at higher levels, but you know, to welcome them back and to be giving back to their local communities is hugely important.
First scrum in the second half. 6 minutes in, 4-point game, and it's Blaenau again looking to put a shove on, but Abercrave getting it in, getting it out, and sending it high. Well, Rosser takes that on the full. Brimble. Oh, little dummy and a go from Powell. The offload is good. Matthew Powell, brought down by the bootstraps. Manages to find the offload, and there is a new zip, a new energy about the way Blaenau are playing here. Oh, good tackle. Denies lane, but now you've got Regan Watkins who throws the interception. Oh, it's a foot in touch from Hapgood, but a try-saving intervention from the captain.
Some great work there, but just starting to see now Richard Powell's experience coming in. He's starting to control the game a little bit more. Blaenau starting up the intensity, and he's controlling the game.
Just one thing when we go in. Keep your shoulders up.
Totally new energy, isn't it?
No, it is, and you know, it's what the game needed.
Exactly.
Oh, John Hapgood.
It's that back row, but they're into everything today, to be fair to them.
Another good line out. Just trying to straighten the maul, but no go, so the try-scorer Wall takes it in. Brimble, very experienced, and Blaenau playing with the penalty advantage.
Still advantage.
Ben Cooper. No one competing for the ball for Abercrave. And Powell helps it on its way. Cian Heyman.
No. Ball is here.
5 metres to go. Abercrave managed to slow it down, but it's still with Blaenau. Brimble. So close to the try that would give them the lead for the second time in the final. But that's a brilliant tackle from Castle. Corey Thomas.
1-2. Stealing that ball off.
Well, Abercrave can count that as a big win.
Massive win, but I think Blaenau would be disappointed that they weren't taken back for a couple of the penalties. They were one in the maul, coming the rucks after that. You'd normally see that the referee would have taken back for advantage there. So
yeah, I mean,
Blaenau passed a little bit aggrieved, but some good defensive work from Abercrave at the end.
He called advantage over very quickly, the referee, but look, they did have a line break, they did have a try-scoring opportunity, so don't mind it at all. I think sometimes, particularly if you're a defensive team, it almost feels as though you play advantage until the team scores.
Yeah, no, it is. And you got to give credit to Jason Davis there, because that's a good decision, it's a correct decision, but not a lot of referees would give that, because Abercrave hadn't committed any numbers to the ruck. And it's a fair decision.
Free kick. Not 5.
And that's not gone 5. Even when you go to the front like that, it still has to pass the 5-metre line.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get away with it, but not when it's right by the painted line. Oh, and then a knock on. So, errors after errors. Another little let-off for Abercrave.
Unlucky.
Luke Harwood trying to increase the tempo of the game, taking the quick tap there.
5.
Just being stripped of the ball. But Blaenau are looking the better side when they manage to get a bit of tempo into the game, create a bit of space. It's a good carry initially.
Luke Gwilym with the tackle. Again, one of the back rowers getting amongst it.
A good strip from Catlin James, to be fair to him. Big scrum coming here.
So Tyler Lewis has come on to replace Rowan Lovering. First change of the half for Abercrave. Blaenau ran the changes early, and given how the first half was going, no surprise. Callum Rosser has a little assess one way, and then goes 50-22 searching. It's a good kick, and he's forced the knock on. Well played, Callum Rosser.
A good kick. He took his time, got his head up to see where the space was, where the opportunity. Had a look if there's a run on. And Stefan Castle's probably first error today. Covered it well. Stopped the 50-22, but just taking his eyes off the ball.
Horrible kick to have to deal with, though, that low scudding long grubber. He's had a good day with the boot, though, Stefan Castle. Abercrave just struggling a bit for territory and possession in the 12 minutes of this half so far. Just the down wall try and the subsequent conversion added since the break.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Another solid scrum.
Ball is away. Play.
But great pressure. Mackenzie Clayton putting it on Carl Brimble and forcing the penalty.
Good scrum initially from Abercrave there. Just putting Blaina back onto the touchline and opening the space. And great turnover.
You don't know any good scrummages that come from Abercrave, do you?
No.
No, didn't think so.
No, Adam Jones, he's been on the phone. He's a big supporter of Abercrave and very proud of his home village. And a world-class player as well. It's that man again, isn't he? Mackenzie Clayton. He's been on fire today, to be fair to him. He's been one of the standouts.
Just wait. Just wait.
They're hanging on in there, Abercrave. Dewi Pritchard has come on as well. Wearing number 22. Tyler Lewis. Dewi Pritchard. Is he related to Bob?
Yeah, one of Adam's cousins. Dewi Pritchard and his brother Owen as well on the bench, and
Tackle, hands away.
they'll be looking forward to create an impression in the final for their home club.
Well, if you're watching, Bob, wish you were here. Boys are doing you in the area proud so far. 14-10 up and into the Blaenau half. This has been a rarity in this second half. It's a little bit high from Regan Watkins. Referee says no. It was passive anyway. Ketlan Davis. And then Ketlan James. Just starting to build now. Dewi Pritchard. Met by Ben Cooper, who does very well defensively. Cooper. Abercrave just find themselves stuck in this middle third again. A lot of rugby was played here in the first half. Pull out the back and Hodges net as well.
They forced a penalty. I was just going to say they don't want to be overplaying here.
Well, he's not back 10, is Heyman. And that's a high tackle. Corey Thomas has stayed down just as that ball goes. And Blaina were defending with 14 then.
Well, that was a great pass from Nick Evans. Kenzie Clayton just couldn't hold on to it.
Time out.
Just seeing Cadwyn Owen there's in the background going, calm down.
Yeah, that's the high tackle.
Forcing the penalty. Another opportunity for Stefan Castle to put it over here. Here's the pass.
That is nigh on perfection, isn't it? He's lobbed that beautifully over Matthew Powell.
Yeah.
Look at you spotting the soft skills of the hookers, Ken. I see you.
You've got to give him a shout out, don't you? All right, it's been all Blaina in this second half, but Abercrave just looking to pick up the tempo, get a bit of time in the 20 in the 22. I think we've got a TMO call here, have we?
Well, we've got a TMO check. Ellis Polden, the TMO for this. So the referee's looking up at the big screen to see if any further action is required. And this is something that the players will absolutely not be used to. It's Carl Brimble on Cetlan Davis. The boos ring out. All of Abercrave will not be welcoming Carl Brimble to the local.
No, there's nothing dirty or malicious in it. Cetlan Davis, he's falling slightly.
Yeah, he's ducked into it.
Yeah, I agree with those facts, guys. Yeah, the player's always upright. Yeah, the mitigation is that there is a sudden drop in height. Yeah, I agree with those facts.
So for me, then, look on that, a yellow card, penalty.
Agree. Just let me know when you've got a decision.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I've seen enough. Should we go for a yellow card, number 9 black? Yeah. 9 black!
Corby Edwards arguing there is a slightly seatbelt tackle that's written up, but he has caught him across the chin there. I don't think there's any malice or any real force. Just disappointing that it's a yellow card in the final.
And a big opportunity now for Abercrave, who, well, they've been hanging on since they conceded the try. Now they've got an opportunity to restore a 7-point lead and then try and get the ball back and take advantage of a period of time with Blaina down to 14. First scoring opportunity of the second half for Steph Castle. Here's an opportunity that he takes. 17-10.
It's a big 10 minutes coming up here now for Blaina. To see how they manage it going down to 14 men. Scrum half's a very difficult position to lose as well, so it's interesting to see who steps into that position.
To change as well, because it was Carl Brimble on the bench initially. Di Jones was due to start at scrum half today, so that was a change they made on the day. Obviously gutted for Di Jones, because it would have been a big day for him. Abercrave bringing on the Abercrave bomb squad. Carl Jones, Keelan Marnie and Owen Pritchard on for Ashby, Evans and James. Ben McPhail making his way on as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 all changed.
Play good. Hands away. No hands. I'm going with guys.
And Blaina making the change. Luke Harwood at number 8 being replaced by Andrzej Wyszkowski. He's another one who wasn't expected to be in the squad today. What an opportunity for Wyszkowski. 23 minutes to make a difference. The game's still in the balance, and a really important 10 minutes here for the men in black, who, despite being down to 14, find themselves sniffing around the 22 again. Got plenty of power, plenty of big carriers. Jonathan Daniels now on the left edge, wearing number 23 as well. Here's Corey Thomas.
Big tag from Owen Pritchard there.
Advantage. Slow. Roll.
And Abercrave slowing the ball down here, then ripping it.
Be good.
Penalty. Now, the sensible thing to do is to take 3 here, isn't it?
Yeah, they just need to get themselves back. Keep that scoreboard ticking over while they're down to 14. No, Blaina have been looking to open the game up in the first 20 minutes of this second half. They have looked really good when they've tightened things up. The maul has gone well. they've opportunity. When they've carried in close quarters, they've looked well. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of that over the next 10 minutes or so. It just runs down the clock for another minute, doesn't it?
Off we go. Yeah, put the tide up.
A reminder of the games still to come. Llandaff North versus Bonamine coming up at 1 o'clock. That's the women's final. And Bedwas versus Bridgend Athletic at 3 o'clock. And then Neath versus Merthyr. We are going through the levels throughout the day. It'd be great to have your company throughout. What a way to spend a Sunday. Away from the rain outside, watching the rugby. So Richard Powell taking on the kicking duties. And adding 3 points to the ledger. Blaina 13, Abercraf 17. Billy.
Yeah, diolch Rodri. Dwi yma efo tîm Afforddi, Abercraf, Dafydd Howells, ti wedi chwarae mewn gêm enfawr yn dyrfa di. Beth yw'r negeseuon sy'n trio cyfleu'r grŵp?
Just rhaid ni cario ymlaen and build off yn hyn nawr. Mae'r anwyr gyntaf wedi bod yn addachog ni, so ail anner, un peth, just mwy o mwy.
A chi wedi sgori cais anhygoel. Siwr i chi'n cadw'r pwysau ymlaen? Efe gyda'r gêm cicio, disgybleth, ysgarmau symudol, ysgrym, beth yw'r negeseuon?
Ti'n bach o bopeth i fod yn onest. Mae'r kicking game gorfod bod yn addechog. Mae Richie Powell a mae'r fullback sydd yn arbennig. So mae rhaid ni ffindo gwair yn bob man. A just disgybleth. Os ni'n rhoi penalties mae Richie mynd i cicio nhw. So mae rhaid ni bod yn squeaky clean nawr yn mynd man.
A siwr i chi'n mynd i stopo blaenwyr Blaenau o cael y gorychafiaeth yna pe maen nhw'n ymosod?
Disgybleth, just low chops, a wedyn, os mae'r boys yn gallu cael dros y pêl, maen nhw'n aderchog. Mae John, Luke a Kenzie yn y back row, dyn ni, mae Crouchy yn y second row, so os mae'r opportunity mynd dros y pêl, maen nhw'n aderchog neud e.
A siwr mae'r nyrfe? Diolch, Dam.
Diolch, Bill.
Nice to watch.
Well, plenty went on during that conversation. That ball's gone out on the full, so it's Abercrave ball. But Abercrave are currently without their fullback, Stefan Castle, because he got absolutely leathered by Richard Powell and stayed down.
It's a big shot, to be fair. As he moved it, I don't think there was anything too malicious in it, but he's just caught him right in the sweet spot, which looks like he's winded. Hopefully nothing more than that. He's going to be a big player for Abercrave in the final quarter of the game. I've seen Craig Price get his kicking boots on again, going for the 50-22, and then forcing the out on the full from Blaina.
Well, this is the shot. It was a great... Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's just caught. He's just winded there.
Bit of ribs, bit of kidneys, all the good stuff. Well, we saw the front row all laughing and joking there. They looked like they could have gone for another 20 minutes to me.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, they could have. They put a good shift into them, both sides, his front row. They're happy there, the boys. The day out of the stadium. They've gone well.
Yeah.
You know, been under a bit of pressure in the early couple of scrums, but you know, found a way to get back into the game there.
Kyle Jones on at hooker now. Oh, finds a great dart to the back, and Davis can get that ball into midfield. A little pump pass, and immediately Blaina winning the penalty.
Consistency and decision making from Jason Davis there. They're sealing off their feet.
Hapgood's had a good game, hasn't he, the captain? Led by example.
He has, to be fair to him. He's carried well. We've seen the tide turn in the second half when he crossed the gain line. Yeah, disappointed there from Abercrave, but no, he's been really good, and he's popped up and had some critical moments as well to save his team.
Blaina ball still down to 14, still chasing the game. But they're within a converted score. Ben Cooper the target. Richard Jones there, another Centurion. Number 18 there. The big old goose who's in the scrum, former winger. That's a transition, isn't it?
In front. In front.
Fair play.
Yeah. Little chip into space, and where's this going to sit up? It's going to sit up beautifully. Oh, that ball's gone forward though. Oh, Kobe Edwards. They're going to go all the way back for the penalty. Credit to Blaina. They're dealing with being a man down very well.
In the side.
No, they're controlling this this period very well at the moment. Richard Powell, you just seen changing the kick, giving Kobe Edwards an opportunity. Bit of a speculative pass there, but knowing the advantage is on is why not. I'll just get his arm pulled at the last second there.
And it's the kind of thing, if that pass lands, he's talking about that forever.
He ain't buying a pint in the Blaina club ever again if that pass goes to hand.
But into the 22, Blaina go.
Good there.
Looks a bit less relaxed now than he did before the first whistle, doesn't he? I think he realises what's at stake and the jeopardy and the fact that his team have got a massive opportunity to do something truly special here. But at the moment, it's advantage Abercrave. But how long for? This maul has been a massive difference. Matthew Powell's got himself in there on the ball. Alien territory for the right winger. But Abercrave coming through, and Mackenzie Clayton, has he got through to spoil that? No, still with Blaina, still the same maul. Still Abercrave trying to get hands on it, but illegally so. And they're going to be in even more trouble. Craig Price.
That's big, that is. We'll miss Craig Price's experience for the next 10 minutes now. But Blaina just going back to what they know, their bread and butter. They've built this second half around the maul especially. And being down to 14 with Brimwell being off the field, that's what they've done. They've tightened things up and got reward.
It's amazing that Blaina are doing all of this without a recognised scrum half on the pitch. Going to the maul again. This is where the damage has been done. Has Keelan Marnie got his hands on that? Oh, that is outstanding from the Abercrave replacement prop.
He's done well there.
Oh. Keelan Marnie, take a bow.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Great defence. But from Abercrave, Keelan Marnie especially, getting through there and turning the ball over. Still an opportunity for Blaina though.
So Blaina back up to 15.
Okay,
Jack Griffiths is on, relatively new to the team. Only 13 games, ex-Merthyr and Pontypridd.
Scrum, yellow ball. Accidental offside.
Just an error there from Blaina. The lifters let go of the jumper and then reconnected to set up the maul, so an accidental offside. Just see a
did well to catch him.
Inside.
Well, our first look at the set scrum with these new look front rows.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Wait, no. Right, guys.
nice bit of banter between the two front rowers there.
Well, Morgan Davis has done the old switcheroo, hasn't he? Started the game at tight head, now he's at loose head.
Crouch. Bind.
Easier on the loose head.
Set.
It'd be expensive in the pro game, though, wouldn't it, if you could do both? Oh.
Right, guys.
Start fucking elbows and mine going down there.
Right.
High elbow, come on.
No issues until now. Okay, so we bind high and we stay high. Okay, get stability and then I'm asking, just I'm not questioning it first. You get the bind high, you get stability, and then we get a ball in.
Well, apologies for the language. I've been assured that we will be washing Morgan Davis's mouth out with soap and water at full time.
He was making a very valid point, though, to be fair to him.
Bind!
It's not what you say, Ken, it's the way that you say it.
That's good, that's good.
Well, we've got the ball in this time. And Hapgood. Lovely delivery. But the clearance doesn't find touch, and it's back in the hands of Matthew Powell. He finds Callum Rosser. Oh, the interception, read like a book, and Tyler Lewis steals in. That's a big moment. Little nudge in behind by Mackenzie Clayton. He's got the full box of tricks, hasn't he? The open side.
Yeah, inside.
That was Castle, back on his feet after being drilled. A missed tackle in midfield, made up for by Ben Cooper.
There's your back foot.
Still bags of time left in this game. Keelan Marnie.
Unlucky. Leave it.
Well, we've talked about Mackenzie Clayton a lot, but Ben Cooper has been equally as busy, the Blaenau open side.
Oh, yeah, probably hasn't stood out as quite as much because he's not wearing the red skull cap, but he's got through a lot of work in defence, especially.
Touched in the air, so everyone on side. Cleaned up nicely by Powell. Slices that one off the boot. It means he can chase his own kick and take it off. Brilliant from Powell.
Red Blinders players not retreating the 10 metres. Richard Powell not quite getting everything on the kick, but the Blinder players need to get out of that 10-metre circle.
That is tough on Powell after a great take. Not the first time he's done that. Well, Castle is going to send this to the poles.
Sure.
Yeah, so Blaenau players not retreating, and then they arrive. The referee and his assistant both hot on that. Micro adjustments from Stefan Castle.
It's a big kick in the context of the game. It takes him out to a score ahead, and it's eating up valuable seconds on the yellow card for Craig Price.
Here's Castle to make it a 7-point lead. Drills it. Oh, just shy on distance. And an excellent clearance kick. Oh, that keeps it in the balance.
How far away was he here?
Sorry.
He was happy with the strike.
Yeah, right on the cusp of his distance. So frustrating for Castle. But keeps it close. Nearly a hand on that. Wasn't straight, was it? First time we've really seen proper competition at the line out, and that's a good move by Blaina. Means he'll have the put in at the scrum.
Callum Ross is stepping up at scrum half for the put in here. Wonder if he's been practicing.
Crouch.
It's not the easiest of skills. It is when they're put into the scrum. Oh, he's done it before.
Wait.
It's one of those skills that you just take for granted, isn't it? Almost like, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here, throwing it at the line out. When you see a hooker get a yellow card and then someone's like, oh, I can do that, all hell breaks loose.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this. What generally happens is players who step up to scrum half with the ball, and they put it in legal. That's what tends to happen.
And that's the last thing you want. So Rosser, nothing legal about that. Pretty much chucks in at the number 8's feet. Big penalty. Big scrum from the men in black. They need a score. They've trailed since the first minute, really. They took the lead at 3-0 and they've not been ahead since. They had that massive opportunity. And Keelan Marnie stole in. Can they create another one here? Abercrave been resolute defensively so far in this second half. First job, nail the line out. That job's done. It is Rosser in at scrum half now. Oh, and that's been dropped. Kobe Edwards concentrating more on the contact than carrying the ball.
Big defence from Abercrave once again in the midfield there. Kobe Edwards looking across the gain line, get his team on the front foot. But Connor Hughes up to the challenge and gets the strip. This is a big scrum for Abercrave here because Blaina have slowly been getting on top. There's a lot of talking going on amongst the props there, especially Morgan Davis, who have done a good job of the last scrum to stay square long enough and force that walk around penalty.
That was Abercrave trying to get the shove on there. Dropping it on the boot early, looking for a 50-22. Oh, takes an awkward bounce.
Keep going. No, don't stop, don't stop.
Safe kick that stays in field, and that splits the two backfield men. Hodge. Well, it's a kick, if nothing else. Regan Watkins stays on his feet. Really fighting to stay alive there, Watkins. 6.5 minutes to go. Blaina in the wrong part of the pitch. Abercrave had hardly any of the ball, but they still find themselves with a 4-point lead. Oh, the offload just in behind as Blaina try and force the issue.
Back into touch here, Tom. Back in. Yeah, okay, good. Knock on. Option.
Abercrave back up to 15.
So knock on into touch.
It's not far off, is it?
12 yellow.
Joel Williams coming on for Connor Hughes into the centres for the last couple of minutes.
Knock on into touch. Oh, no knock on. Sorry. I'm happy with
Oh, props when they think they're in the right. You just can't stop them, can you?
I am enjoying the conversations out there because I know what Morgan Davis is saying, but that's, gotta say, that's the experience.
Oh, great line-out ball, and Mackenzie Clayton. What a game he's had. It's our colleagues on the Welsh language commentary who are choosing the Go.Compare player of the match for this final, but he is going to have to be in the reckoning, Mackenzie Clayton. Oh, but Blaina just refused to go away. The tension building, the pressure mounting. But the clock and the scoreboard against Blaina here. Oh, given the angle he had to work with there, to get anywhere near the 22, that's a good kick.
That's a very good kick, to be fair. From the angle he had. Basically, Richard Powell, to be fair to him, as the second half has grown, he's been involved in a lot of controlling the game for Blaina. Big moments, showing his experience. Abercrave are hanging on in there.
Front row sub. Richard Jones, the experience wearing number 18. He's being replaced by big Robert Samuel. Robert Samuel, another one whose family run deep in this club. Dad Steve, 160 games. Uncles Martin and Malcolm, 333 and 395. So as a family, over 1,000 games for this club. Oh, but in come Abercrave to spoil the party again.
Good defence by Abercrave. That man Craig Price in the middle of it again. And Keelan Marnie as well.
Yellow 6, sub, yellow 6.
Oh, Luke Gwilym is leaving the field. 76 minutes.
He's had a big shift and a lot of unseen work to allow John Hapgood and Mackenzie Clayton to do what they do.
The Abercrave pack, particularly 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 have been absolutely exceptional. I think we're going to find out who the set in the game is very shortly, actually. The Go Compare player of the match. I tell you what, it's a risky decision to make with the game in the balance like this as well, isn't it? I'd rather them than us making that decision.
Oh, definitely. With Sean and Harris being on, I'm sure the back rowers will definitely be in the middle of it.
Yes, but if it was either Clayton or Hapgood, I don't think anybody would have any complaints. And here is the captain again, another go-forward carry from Hapgood. This has been an excellent final. It's been blood and thunder and full commitment. It's been nervy. Is there one moment of magic that can be the difference for either team? Matthew Powell met by Tyler Lewis, driven towards touch, and Jonathan Daniels driven over the whitewash. And listen to the reaction from the Abercrave faithful.
Great line now turnover. Solid scrum under pressure, clearing the ball. A good kick chase. And Abercrave showing that they've defended outstandingly right across this 77.5 minutes. And the passion they're getting into Matthew Powell, who has looked dangerous when he's had ball in hand and not giving him an opportunity to get out there and forcing him into touch.
Well, the Go.Compare setting the game is the captain, John Hapgood. Fantastic go-forward performance, a captain's performance.
Oh yeah, he's done an outstanding game. He changed the momentum of the first half with his carry, and he's just been in the middle of everything good that Abercrave have done today. Well deserved.
But it is not done yet. Is there one last chance here for Blaina? They have been so much better in this second half. They disappeared for long periods of the first half, but they're still within a score with just 90 seconds of the game to go. It can't be a penalty, it can't be a drop goal, it has to be a try. It feels as though a try will win it. There might not even be chance for a restart if they get it, but 50 metres to go and they haven't really shown signs of a line break. Tuck and go from Morgan Davis. But it's been turned over, but illegally. Craig Price. Away they go. Callum Rosser, the danger man, puts some whip on it, and they get round the outside. Jonathan Daniels. Daniels into the 22. Needs to stay in field and does. Stefan Castle called off it. Look where Blaina are. A try would see them Division 1 Cup champions. Crash forward, Dan Ward, they've got penalty advantage as well. Drama here at the Principality Stadium. Rosser, a crossfield kick, searching for glory. It's taken, but a tackle by Stefan Castle keeps Abercrave in the lead. Oh, everything about it was perfect. The kick, the catch, the tackle. Glorious rugby here in the Welsh capital. But the score remains Blaina 13, Abercrave 17. Oh my goodness me. What a nudge this is. And what a take by Matthew Powell. And then the cover tackle. Heroics from Stefan Castle.
Last play.
Oh, well. This is not what Blaina want. Jonathan Daniels, the man who took him into the 22. He's injured himself staying in field. But that run, that moment, could be the main contributor to giving Blaina the opportunity to win the cup. Referees just confirmed this is the last play. This is it. It is all or nothing. Glory awaits one. Will it be Blaina? Will it be Abercrave?
Last play.
Last play of the game.
9.
First job for Dan Wall. Find his man. He has. Blaina have had some joy with them all. That's what led to the first try, the Dan Wall try. It's a little bit messy though. And Abercrave repel it for now. Bodies everywhere. Another penalty here for Blaina. It's a shot to nothing. They're playing with the house money. Blaina, 2 meters from glory. 2 meters from victory. Getting closer and closer. And Blaina have won it. A moment that means everything to this club. They've not led since the first minute, and they've stolen it at the death. Abercrave devastated. They've had the rug pulled at the last minute. And it's glory in Cardiff for Blaina. The Division 1 Cup winners, devastation for Craig Price, who emptied the tank. But it was the big men again doing the damage, just like they did at the start of the half. They hung in there and hung in there. And this is what it meant, watching, waiting, hoping. And it bubbles. And the explosion. And that is a feeling that is echoed across Blaina. An unbelievable day steeped in family history. Sons and fathers and uncles and grandfathers. And tears and smiles. And all of the emotions that victory brings. A phenomenal game of rugby. A phenomenal advert for both clubs and communities. And a day that we hope the players, the families, the supporters, the rugby public of these two wonderful clubs will remember. Abercrave led into the 80 minutes. And just 1 point is what separates the team. Just 1 point the difference between victory and defeat. Between the happiest of memories and one that what if, maybe the next generation of Blaina player on the way up. Adam Lane to win the youngster, a youngster that will have a gold medal to cherish forever. on their 150th anniversary. Blaina take victory at the Principality Stadium. Their finest hour after a century and a half. It finishes Blaina 18, Abercrave 17.
Waw, am gêm. Oedd hwnna wir yn ddiddanu ni gyd. Mae'n golygu gymaint I pawb ar y tîm Blaena. Sean Connor yn joio, mae'r fans I gyd yn joio. A mae diwrnod yma mor special. Chi'ch dau yn gyfarwydd da emosiwn sy'n cyd-fynd â ennill fan hyn ar y Principality mewn gemau enfawr. Beth yw argraffiadau chi o'r gêm na, Ken?
Na, oedd e'n gêm gret I fod yn deg. Dau tîm wedi dod mas, llawn a anger, dangos beth I gallu wneud. Naill tîm o'r llall am methu reoli'r gêm am yr 80 munud cyfan, ond Abercraf yn illodd yr hanner cyntaf fi'n credu, a wedi Blaenau'n dod nôl yn yr ail hanner. Falle wedi dangos bach mwy tua diwedd y gêm na, ond bydd Abercraf yn siomedig iawn I colli'r gêm na reit ar y diwedd.
Ie, yn sicr, Sean, weles ti'r gêm lan yn y blwch sylwebu wrth gwrs. Oedd yn teimlo fel oedd Abercraf yn trechu Blaena yn ardaloedd mawr o'r gêm na. Blaena yn amlwg di ennill y gêm nawr, ennill dwy'r heiddiannol o be weles ti?
Wel, I fi'n personol, o ti'n gwylio'r gêm na, ti'n meddwl sy'n un o'r tîmoedd hyn yn heiddi I golli. Nes I colli foment fyna wrth o lawr o'r blwch sylwebu, ond fel wedodd Rodri hefyd yn y blwch sylwebu, oedd y gêm un o'r just teimlo bod e'n mynd I dod lawr I un foment yng Nghyfenol, un foment wirthiol falle, ond am gêm I ddechrau'r dydd, yna fe.
Wel, nes ti colli'r cais, ond dyma ti anrheg bach I ti, Sean. Dyma'r cais I ti reit yn amser ychwanegol. Regan Watkins yn croesi. O'n i'n gweld faint yn golygu I pawb. Ond, Ken, ti yw meistr ysgarmes symudol. Oedd yn bach yn fler, ond nath e weithio.
Defnyddio Blaenau'r ysgarmes symudol yn effeithiol iawn yn yr ail hanner I fod yn deg. Nath Abercraf jobyn dda o amddiffyn am lot o'r hanner, ond pam oedd yr eiliad dyngedfennol yn dod, ond yn clinigol iawn, yn gwybod bod yn gallu mynd nôl I hwnna I ennill y gêm.
Ie, Sean Ed, mae dau dîm go dda yn chwarae fan hyn. Gyntaf yn erbyn ail, all unrhyw un wedi ennill y gêm na. Chi'n meddwl mae hyn yn hysbyseb gwych i'r lefel yna yn rygbi yng Nghymru?
I'n bendant, a fi'n credu, ti'n gallu gweld fan hyn, mae'n golygu'r dorf hefyd, y gymuned, Sa'n credu bod unrhyw pentre gyda unrhyw un ar ôl ynddo fe heddi yma, ond mae fe jyst yn dangos hefyd pa mor bwysig yw I buddsoddi mewn y clybiau lleol hyn. Fel maen nhw'n dweud, y grassroots level yma. Ti'n gweld yr hyfforddwyr fel Sean Connor, David Hywel yn talu nôl i'r clybiau hyn hefyd sydd wedi cefnogi gyrfaoedd nhw. Mae jyst yr emosiwn a fel oedd Kennedy, yr angerdd mae'r ddoi dîm wedi dangos heddi. Mae fe wir... Mae fe'n rhoi golau obaith I ti yn ystod falle cyfnod tywyll yn yr undeb.
Ie, Sean, nes ti dewis yn y gêm ar sail Abercraf yn ennill. Bys ti'n newid nawr pwy o Blaena ti'n meddwl oedd yn angenreidiol i'r buddugoliaeth na?
Wel, fi'n credu I fi o Richard Powell, oedd mor effeithiol I Blaena, rhoi nhw'n y mannau cywir chwarae, gicio I gicsau. Oedd Matthew Powell hefyd, pan oedd gael y peil I ddwylo fe, yn edrych yn dam cheris, oedd yn anodd iawn I stopio, ond am gêm, dwlen I weld eto.
Ken, go on, sorry.
Na, ni'n just mynd I gweud, Richard Powell, fel nath wedi gyda'r ail hanner, nath dechrau reoli'r tempo'r gêm, ble oedd Blaenau'n chwarae, oedd wedi meistri'r ail hanner na am lot o fe. Fi'n credu oedd Abercraf gyda digon I ennill y gêm na yn y diwedd, ond I fod yn deg Richard Powell yn rhoi cyfle I blaenwyr Blaenau, neu beth maen nhw'n gallu gwneud gyda'r sgarmes.
A ni wedi gweld eisoes lot o fans Blaena yn joio, nhw'n joio mam 10 o'r gloch bore yma. Sut ti'n meddwl mae'r darllediadau yn mynd I fod fel yn y brif ddinas heddiw yma?
Wel, o leia maen nhw wedi cael dechreuad gynnar, so sa'n credu bydd yn gorffeniad gynnar I nhw, ond na fi siŵr bod nhw'n mas am peint yn Gyrdydd, yn mynd I nôl lan i'r clwb gyda'r tlws a mwynhau, ond mae rhaid I Abercraf hefyd, I fod yn deg, o'n nhw'n dda heddi, a fi siŵr bod nhw'n nôl i'r pentre, nôl i'r clwb a cael cwpl o beint hefyd.
Ie, a Sean Ed, ti'n gyfarwydd da ennill a colli ar y lefel ucha, pan mae popeth ar y lein. Sut mae Abercraf yn bawnsio nôl o hyn? Fydd hyn falle yn ysbrydoli nhw I wella yn y dyfodol, neu sut ti'n bawnsio nôl o golli fel hyn?
Wel, pob tro ti'n colli ti'n dysgu. So, bydd Abercraf yn edrych nôl ar y gêm mynd. Mae fe'n bwysig hefyd bod Abercraf yn dathlu yno. So, maen nhw wedi cyrraedd y ffeinal, maen nhw wedi gweithio'n galed. So, nhw oedd yn ennill y gêm hyd at yn eiliadau ola yna. Ond, so, mae da nhw beth o'r tymor ar ôl, mae'r rhaid i nhw nawr ffocysu ar hwnna. A fi'n siŵr newn nhw joio diwedd tymor. Maen nhw wedi creu awyrgylch arbennig fan hyn heddi yma, ond ie yn bendant, bydd nhw'n falle mwy thebyg yn edrych nôl, gweld falle ble oedd y moment bwysig, ble nath nhw colli'r gêm, ond dylsyn nhw fod yn balch iawn y perfformiad nhw heddi.
Ie, dylsyn dau di bod yn balch iawn, ond amser ni trwy'n sylw at yr enillwyr Blaenau, draw at y tîmau sylwebu.
What a difference a minute makes. When the clock went red, it was Abercrave who would get their hands on the gold medals. Instead now, it's the men in black and gold who will take home these victorious mementos. Back to Blaina, a special day for the club, in a special year for the club as well. A century and a half. And stories and stories and stories that they'll take from this 80 minutes, and hopefully for the rest of the day and the celebrations that ensue. Mainly Regan Watkins, the left winger, scoring a maul try. Carl Brimble there. God, they got nervous after his yellow card. And now the anticipation, waiting for the captain to come through with the ultimate silverware. What a moment. And what a club. The village is emptied to witness this wonderful moment. And that is a photo that is being set up that will hang in that clubhouse, pride of place, forever and ever, and rightfully so. Well, the nickname is the Lambs, and Abercrave have been fed to the Lambs today. A glorious moment, 150 years in the making. Blaina are the Division 1 Cup champions. The crowning glory, the biggest day in the club's history. And a deserved win for anyone and everyone involved with Blaina RFC.
Fi'n siŵr bydd y dathliad yma yn para yn hwyr mewn i'r nos i Blaenau heddiw am gêm yn meiddi Abercraf 18 i 17. Diolch yn fawr i chi Ken a Sioned am eich gwmni chi, ond mae yna llwyth dar i ddod yma y cwrs gyntaf o lef o rygbi. Nesa mae Ystym Taf yn herio Bonamain, y cic gyntaf i ddod am chwarter i 1. Wedyn bydd Bedwas yn herio Pen y Bont am 3 o'r gloch cyn i Merthyr a Castell Nedd brwydro. Y gic gyntaf yna am hanner awr wedi 5. Dechreuad gwych i'r ddiwrnod fel wedes i. Blaenau yn codi Cwpan Adran 1, ond mae wledd o rygbi dal i ddod fel wedes i. Aroswch da ni oherwydd nesa mae Ystym Taf yn herio Bonamain yn Cwpan ffeinal y menywod. Aroswch da ni, welwch chi yn fuan iawn.